Hi, my name is Beata and I'm developer advocate here at Trilitech. And today we're going to talk about the future of programming languages at Tezos, not only for L1 but also for L2 and new upcoming releases with my colleague Asutosh here. Good to have you, first of all.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Beata. It's nice to be here.
Good. And we're going to talk about future of Tezos and the roadmap for our smart contract languages.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm, in fact, very excited about it. Excited to share what we have in plan and excited to share some of the details that we have been working on.
Let's talk about what we already have, what sort of languages we want to introduce, and how it's going to affect Tezos' future.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as anyone who has been using Tezos would know, there are a few languages, popular languages that people have been using, like Pascal Lego, JS Lego, or SmartPy. So those are the languages that where people can write their smart contracts in for L1. As the strategically, we are focusing more on layer 2 right now, the rollups. That's where we have started thinking about introducing or at least providing support for all the popular languages so that when we move more towards the execution moves more towards layer 2, then all the developers would have choice of using the language they already know to write smart contracts on rollups. So we have like support for some languages already, but we are taking a slightly different approach on how we can provide support for popular languages on layer 2.
Okay, so let's say I'm a Golang developer.
Right.
Would I benefit from this?
Yes, absolutely. Maybe not like as a very next step, but for example, what we have thought about is there's like top 5 popular languages in the world. These should be natively supported on the the rollups or the layer 2 of Tezos. So when I say natively supported, what does it mean? Like how it's different from what's there? So the L1 languages, there's a distinction between the way we are trying to do things on layer 2 versus how it happens on layer 1. So on layer 1, the languages are like their parent languages. So for example, like JS Lego is like JavaScript, but it's not native JavaScript that can be used as it is. There are a few things, few quirks or a few things that are different. Our aim is to provide the support of new languages natively, which means I should be able to write a plain old JavaScript, for example, or TypeScript to write a smart contract. With that, I will also be able to use the ecosystem that already exists to libraries or functions or things that already exist in my project when I'm writing a smart contract. So the other difference, how ultimately it works. So the languages on layer 1 right now, these get compiled to Michelson, which is the runtime language for the layer 1. While in layer 2, these languages will be running more natively in the virtual machine for the specific language. So that's the difference. That's the type of sort of focus we have on providing support for different languages on layer 2.
Okay, brilliant. So how do you feel how it's going to affect like overall, let's say, usage of our blockchain, layer 2 and layer 1, obviously?
Right. So as the focus or rather the shift happens that towards layer 2 in terms of getting more execution done on layer 2, this would lower the threshold for anyone to get started on. So right now, any developer would need to learn not only the foundational concept of blockchain, but also the quirks of the language, something that is new. But when we move into this direction, ultimately the developers should be able to use the language the way they have been using, finding the paradigm to be very familiar to them, which should ultimately lower the threshold for them to get started. And then, of course, build more complex and more useful things from that there. So that's the hope, that's the expectation that we have by introducing and building these sort of a foundation. We should be able to attract more developers.
Brilliant. Sounds good and exciting. So let's think about the brand new things that you want to introduce into our ecosystem.
Right. So what we are working on right now is we have to start from somewhere. Though our long-term goal is to have support for all the popular languages, we started with JavaScript. JavaScript is a language which is favorite of any Web2 developer, and not only JavaScript is for front end, but also there's a lot of server-side JavaScript that people use. And the idea was can we just follow the same paradigm where we provide support for JavaScript as a server-side language, following similar concepts. And that's what we are working on right now. We have created a MVP recently. We have been testing it mostly internally right now within the team. And now we are expanding a little bit by, for example, we have been working with started working with the Legolang team on this JavaScript project, which we are calling as GSTZ or Justice, so that we can build more features, more runtime capabilities into it. And then we also have started focusing on improving the developer experience so that it becomes easier for any developer to start using it. There's low threshold to doing things on it. And I believe in this quarter, we should be able to put it out for testing with the community.
Amazing. So you say this quarter. So yeah, with the new year, we can expect more projects and more exciting developments around layer 2.
Absolutely. I think that's where our strategy or direction is focused towards. So we will be doing more and more things, building more and more capabilities and tools for layer 2, so that it's easier for everyone to start using it.
Brilliant. Okay. So, can you share some insights and development of justice? So, who's, let's say, behind the scenes of that? Where is justice being developed, and how the process looks like from our team perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's one team, what we are calling as a language team at Trilitech, that's primarily focused on building justice. And from this quarter, we have also started working with a Legolang team, and they are also building certain capabilities. So there are, of course, multiple parts of this project, a project of this magnitude. So there are certain core and foundational pieces, and then there are different runtime APIs that we want to support, so that it is equivalent to, for example, Node.js runtime or any other runtime from a popular clouds. So there is a lot of capabilities on the runtime APIs, which is being done by the Legolang team in coordination with the team at Trilitech.
So, Asutosh, next thing, let's go a little bit deeper to layer 1 again.
Yeah.
So, do you have some improvements there? What is the focus now?
Of course, we are focusing on creating new things on layer 2, but the idea is not to abandon the improvements that we already have identified for layer 1. So again, we are working with Legolang team to primarily focus on improving the developer experience of JS Lego, for example. So I've been working with them to identify what are the top priorities are, focused primarily on improving the developer experience, and then of course some outreach that comes out with that. So the focus on layer 1 broadly would be to improve the developer experience, make the language more robust, the tooling more robust, so that it's easier for developers to, for example, identify the issues they are having in more proper error messaging, and more for example, we will be focusing on showing documentation in the code and things like that, which makes it easier the experience of the developer to either debug something or write out use the right functions or write syntax. So making it easier for them to identify that or provide the help needed then and there when they are writing the code. So those are the kind of improvements that we are focusing primarily on for the layer 1 languages.
Brilliant. So not only layer 2, but also layer 1 improvements. Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share with the audience about the roadmap for languages?
Right. Absolutely. So as I said, this is just the starting point. And of course, the idea is that we've built something which is feature rich, but of course not complete. Then we go out to community, start engaging with the community, gather the feedback, and then start incorporating that feedback early on. So so that we are building something not in a isolation, but we are building something which is useful, and then we are improving it from the day one, which is that's how we are expecting it to create that good developer experience. So I think what I will need is help from the community. Sometimes, like soon when we reach out, when we release it as a testing on MondayNet, so the community can get involved in testing it out, providing us feedback, and then of course they can always contribute. This is, as in everything else, going to be an open source, so they can all of course contribute to it as well in terms of features and improvements.
Brilliant. So please reach out to us on our Discord channel, and yeah, we're seeking your help and support here. So every time you want to contribute and you want to give a little bit of love to our open source repos, yeah, give us a shout, and we are here to support you and making your developer experience even more smooth and, let's say, pleasant. Yeah, that's what we can say. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Asutosh.
Thanks,
It was a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting times for all of us. Thank you so much. If you like that video, hit that like button below. If you want to see more of content like this, subscribe to our channel, and see you in the next one. Thank you.